this is really tough for me. Um, you know, it's it's one of those ones here where in life you don't prepare for things like this. Like like it's in the back of your mind, but you just like you just hope. I don't know. It's that feeling here that you just is in the back of your mind. You don't want to think about it, but you just know it's gonna happen, but you don't know when. It's part of life, isn't it? People come and go. And obviously, I take up so many responsibilities in my personal life, right? Especially with, the team and myself here, who deal with Gilbert's Pokemon Adventures, and obviously for us, very soon there's gonna be some things being released concerning what's been going on, but for us it's very, very we cannot stress this enough that even the standards that we do behind the scenes with Gilbert's Pokemon Adventures, right? It's not on to have content that has been released for years, including the especially those years of the pandemic. Even that was difficult. What I'm trying to say is that I take so much responsibility, right? And obviously, when I eventually got to my desk, to look at my notes and certain things with Gilbert's Pokemon Adventures, including some stuff with some other responsibilities, is until I came across that one of my favorite creators, Akira Toriyama, passed away March 1st, 2024. Obviously, we all know that he first achieved mainstream success here through obviously Dr. Slump. Way beforehand, before he even eventually went on here to do, to create, produce Dragonball. And all you man, you might be thinking, wait, hold on a second, like, but Gilbert, like you, Gilbert, and the team, don't you do like Pokemon related like stuff? And me, I would say, yeah, I do. We all do here. Them ones there, we all do. But if you watch our content very, very carefully, you will see an element of Dragon Ball Z, and you could put element of Dragon Ball Super into it. You can just see a part of Akira Toriyama's work into Gilbert's Pokemon Adventure, and I'm pretty much sure that you man here also realize some of the references, the ones there in the series. I can tell you I can tell you a few examples, like like Gilbert and Brad. It's like Goku and Vegeta. That the latest Gilbert's Pokemon Adventures SP series, that was released in 2019. You can just see that all came from Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z. And some people may think that, oh, I got these ideas here from certain creators. Nah, this one was purely me. I don't even watch any content creators, the ones there. I've only looked at certain people that I respect and are friends with, and I'm like, we admire each other, and we just talk about it, off screen, Yeah, but if you look at, as I said before, like Gilbert's Pokemon Adventures, the latest one that came out in 2019, and then some of the episodes even before that in the Finhu Region SP arc, you can see an element of Dragon Ball. The ones there, and and I don't know about you guys, right? Because there's so many things going through my mind, because I even went on to research a little bit about what happened to Akira Toriyama, because we know that he was going to release we know that Dragon Ball Super manga was still going on with Toro, if that's his name. I've been looking at that lately as well, especially especially the latest arc that was released, something with Cell Max and Gohan getting Gohan Beast, and then Piccolo getting Orange Piccolo, the ones there from the superhero movie, right? Like a retell of it. And then obviously we know that Dragon Ball Super is on hold. It's been on hold for some time, and then we know that for sure that that there's a new sorry. Like there's a new there's a new series coming out, isn't it? Something similar to GT, like that animation and the quality of it is absolutely beautiful. Big Man Ting is absolutely beautiful, and and when this series come out, it's gonna hit really hard, since that the creator is not around anymore. And I was talking to one of the team members, and I was like, wait a second, but this is now going to be this is now peak, because like now I don't know about, look, obviously, look, I'm not a Dragon Ball content creator. There are absolutely sick ones out there, like Saiyan Scholar, Geekdom 101, Unreal Entertainment Gaming. His name is called Alex. These guys are absolutely sick. And I watch some of their content, and they're brilliant. And you can just tell the passion of what they have in Dragon Ball content. But what I'm trying to convey is that, like, Akira Toriyama, he's a driving force here of even bringing back Dragon Ball in the first place. With the Dragon Ball Z Kai, and then the final chapters after that, and then we see Battle of Gods, and obviously we all know why he brought it back. One was of merchandise, because Toei and were bugging him and everything like that, and also we know for sure that awful movie of Dragon Ball live action that came out, and Akira Toriyama was like, nah. The one day he was like, nah. I gotta bring back Dragon Ball now, because that is not what Dragon Ball represents, isn't it? Now for me, I grew up. I remember growing up. I grew up in the years of Toonami, Dragon Ball Z, Funimation. When Sean Shimio, Chris Sabat first voiced Dragon Ball Z back in those early 2000s. Like that. And I remember when I used to go to school, even though I hated school. My friends, big man team, big ups to my friends. They're the one who made it worthwhile. And I remember we used to talk about Dragon Ball all the time, and especially that time when Goku first changed into a Super Saiyan against Frieza. that was epic. And I'm pretty much sure that this generation have that probably similar effect to Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, when Goku achieved Ultra Instinct or Autonomous Ultra Instinct, the gray hair form. So obviously it's up to debate. It depends on which generation you grew up in and watched it. I remember when I grew up. My friends used to, we used to play, like being our own characters, something similar to the games that even now I still have. Wow, my mind went blank. Wait, let me just get the name of it because I got the game, but I don't know why my brain's not telling me it. I know one of the games I have here right now is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Them ones there. That one's like a retail of Dragon Ball Z. And then the other one that hold on. Yes, it came to me. Thank you, brain. Finally, Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2. I still have those games, and I still play it sometimes, and obviously when I have the time because of my responsibilities, right? And and I still have that, man, and not even that, like I think Bandai, forgive me if I got this wrong, but Bandai still release content, on Xenoverse too, of they're bringing out bare content, especially from Tournament of Power, the superhero movie and everything, and including Pokemon, right? Dragon Ball, was part of my childhood. So, so then when I watch clips of it, when I watch videos, when I watch films, especially clips from YouTube, I'm just glued to it. It's so weird, but I'm just glued to it. It's just because it's part of my childhood. And I just remember all of those brilliant arcs. Because I know for sure that man, like Akira Toriyama, man, he got some. He admires so many things over the years, especially like I remember, Dragon Ball, obviously we all know that it was from Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, we know that. And also we know that Dragon Ball is loosely from Journey to the West. And then so over the years he started to look up certain things which was really, really cool, including there's some stuff about even the Android saga and where that came from, and I think that's, forgive me, I don't know if that came from Back to the Future or anyway, less of that. I'll just leave that down. I'll put it on the shelf here for you guys to comment on the comment section below, man, about anyway, guys, but tell me in the comment section below, your feeling about it as well, and when you heard the news about Akira Toriyama, because for me, man, like when I went on to research about Akira Toriyama, right, and it's peak because, it was only like, it was a month and 4 days until it was his 69th birthday. You know what I mean? It's peak, and and as I said, I went on to research about him a little bit, and what was striking was that he was gonna go, a surgery for a brain tumor, and I was like, what? Now obviously I cannot pronounce the word that he the term of what he died from, right? But anyway, I'll let you guys here to go and research. But you guys don't know yet how much this guy Akira Toriyama, because obviously we know that he influenced some games as well as the designs of Dragon Quest as well, which I've also played a bit as well on on the and yeah, you guys don't know how much that guy, made an effect on. I don't know about you guys, but to me as well, and I mean, I respect that they did what they had to do, like the family, they had to keep it, keep it on the deep flow, keep it on the deep flow, to just to have a funeral that was privately held here only by his family, the ones there. I think that's really, really cool. Keep it behind the scenes, keep it low, what I mean, until it was announced like a week later, which, there's nothing else you can actually really do about that. And then, we have to respect that, yeah, as as content creators and people who adore it, admire it, even fans of it, and it's absolutely peak, man. It's absolutely peak, and I don't know what to really say, because, as I said before, and because for him not to be around Dragon Ball, people who is now taking care of it have to be very, very, and I say very, very, very careful. Very careful. They have to be very careful, like that. They have to be, because the reason why I say this is because, right, I think one of the YouTubers said this, and I was like, yeah, this is actually true. I forgot his name. Anyway, but he's sick. He's really, really good, Anyway, when I find his name, I'll say it, right. He mentioned, right, that in one of his videos that like if, and I'm paraphrasing here, that if because when Battle of Godzilla were in motion, I don't know if it was Toei or the editors, they went on to draw what Super Saiyan God and what Beerus and Whis was going to look like, and when they presented it here to the creator of Dragon Ball, which is Akira Toriyama, was like, nah, and then after that he changed the whole lot, because because from what I remember, right, Super Saiyan God was going to be a beastly like form, and then Beerus, it wasn't gonna be how Beerus, it wasn't going to be like how he is today, being this purple cat. But it was all because of Akira Toriyama said that this is not Dragon Ball. And he went on, forgive me because I don't know the ins and outs. Obviously we don't know the ins and outs, but all we know is that Akira Toriyama went to change all that, and then this is how that we ended up getting the purple cat. And also Super Saiyan God was as simple as having having this fiery aura, the red hair. Actually, I really like, it's not red, but it's like a ruby, kind of darkish ruby. I really, really like Super Saiyan God, anyway, the color of it, so no one knows the creation better than the creator itself, like that. Yeah, and so what I'm trying to say is that without Akira Toriyama being there, people have to really, really be careful of the way now things are going to be presented and things moving forward with Dragon Ball. If not, then what is the point then? People have to keep it, whoever now is holding on to it, that they have to keep things original now. They have to keep things original. So yeah, it's really, really tough for me and and the team, and And I can only send in my I don't like it to be so cliche and like that, but it's just because that as I said before, Gilbert's Pokemon Adventures, it's been half influenced there by Dragon Ball, and that is why that this is this is where Chosen One God came from. It came from Dragon Ball. It came from the Super Saiyan God transformation. And yeah, and so yeah. Yeah, the content creator's name was called Casual Anime Guy Explains. He is really, really sick, when it comes to Dragon Ball as well. So, yeah, I'm thinking that he was the guy that mentioned something similar to what I just said earlier on about Akira Toriyama, and the certain things that they had to do with Battle Gods. Yeah, but me, I rate Dragon Ball Super Broly as well. I mean, obviously me, I have my opinions here with Dragon Ball Super, you know, and how Goku is, and because Goku, he's not the same as Z, or what I mean, like that. Yeah, I have my opinions, and yeah, yeah, the Dragon Ball Z Super Broly movie was sick. I really liked the I mean, me, I'm just me, I'm just me, I'm just I just like the end part, the not the movie, sorry. The movie, yes, but the fight with Broly and Vegeta, and then Goku coming in, and then the soundtrack and the commentary of the soundtrack, and when Goku did the Super Saiyan God and did the God bind that Broly, and yeah, I mean, and then if guys, if you look at the detail of the battle very, very well, because I know there was another content creator that does that. You see a lot of details, especially in Dragon Ball Z with Vegeta and Goku, and when Goku was facing Cell, and bruh, I tell you what, man, it's a lot, and I can only rate Akira Toriyama here for his. Obviously, we all know that it's him and his editors, right? But I'm pretty much sure that Akira Toriyama has the final say, including it with Dragon Ball Z Super Broly movie. He had the final say to that, including the new one, Superhero, as well. So yeah, man. So yeah, you know, uh, I just I just want to send my you know my tribute, yeah, to Akira Toriyama, his family, his closest friends as well, because they might have been hit the hardest to know that a dad, an uncle, a friend, a a husband, a brother, younger brother, big brother, them ones there, has passed, and the family members know him personally, and I mean, I rate Akira Toriyama for being a private guy, because that's who I am as well. Because I'm not always out there, like on Twitter and all of that. I just stay in my own space, and I really, really rate that, and no one needs to know about people's lives. The only person that will allow you is the person themselves to tell you about their life. And I really rate that Akira Toriyama did that. The ones there. He's a legend, and no words you can explain. No words can explain the feeling I'm in, even though I may be laughing and being cheeky, but I'm just trying to get through this, through this moment, on behalf of me and the team here, because it's tough, to know that now that it's like as if that the legs of Dragon Ball is being cut off now because the creator's not there, and now someone now needs to take the reins, and whoever takes the reins needs to be very, very careful. Very careful, fam. Very careful. Because fans know if things are not right, it's going to erupt. Fans know. When things are not right, fans have a discernment, with something that they really love. So they have to really, big man thing, they have to really, really be careful. For everything Akira Toriyama has done, I'd like to thank him, and thank him for his creation, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. I know that obviously GT, we all know that was Toei, but obviously, some really, really sick things happened in Dragon Ball GT, even though he wasn't properly hands-on. And obviously Dragon Ball Super, the movies that came out, including the new one, when everybody's now turning young, similar to GT. The series name is called, I think it's called Dama. Forgive me if I pronounced that wrong. I thank the Lord Jesus, for him and for his incredible talent, on his drawing, in his manga, and his talent to just keep on going, until he knew that he had to stop at a certain point back in the day, and to allow someone like Toriyama to come along and to, even though it took time for Toriyama to get going, even he managed to get his foot, grasp Dragon Ball Super manga, like the way that he did it with, obviously, with the direction of Toriyama. Probably the Lord would want us to go through the situation, to see that he is, isn't it? But obviously, we have to be those that, that mourns with the mourns, we celebrate with those who celebrate, and we be sad with those who are sad. And this is the moment. Them ones there. And also, just to say one last thing as well. When I mentioned about how Toriyama means to me and my team here, he's also one of the reasons why I became a voice actor. And to see Sean Sherman and Chris Saba and Eric Vale and all the voice actors who also voiced the Dragon Ball, and also how they also improved immensely. Like, you can just see how they are in Dragon Ball T Kai and in the final chapters, and also in Super, and also to see them voice Dragon Ball, and knowing that Akira Toriyama was the one who brought Dragon Ball. You could just see the link right there, including for me, including seeing so many. I mean, like me, I look at cartoons and manga and anime in very different ways when I go and watch clips and that, And anyway, I won't say it here, but yeah, Akira Toriyama is one of them who, one of the reasons I became a voice actor. And if it wasn't because of how I am when I was young and liked to make voices and play with my friends and as well as my brothers, and enable you to at least attempt it, it just tells you that all of this all came from childhood, like that. So yeah, it's just one of those ones, man, that you kind of think about it and say, yeah, exactly like my music, exactly like Gilbert's Pokemon Adventures. So yeah, and wow, man, Yeah. Akira Toriyama, thank you, bro. Thank you so much for your creation. You know, I know how hard it is here to create. It's not easy. But as I said before, you are a father, husband, a friend, an uncle, a big brother, a young brother to to your friends and family. And I don't know, we can only just apologize for what you're being through, for your hard work. And also, yeah, for what was going through, your time in February. And to hear you that you're gone, bro. It's gonna hurt a lot of people who grew up watching Dragon Ball, and especially for us in the West, to watch it in Toonami, and and to just it's part of our childhood. Thank you so much. Until we meet again, my bro. Rest in peace. Akira Toriyama, 1955 to 2024.